Joanna, I can't say her last name. I don't think anyone can say it.
That's why they get nicknames a lot of times.
Yeah, Joanna. She's the 115 champ right now.
Okay.
She's pretty new in the MMA world, but she's so good, and I like watching her all the time and learning about how she takes each fight. So.
Absolutely. We're talking to Shino Van Hoos. She is in the co-main event Friday night at CenturyLink Arena. It's Front Street Fights 10. And again, CenturyLinkArenaBoise.com. You can purchase tickets. You can also listen in. We'll also be giving away, tomorrow, we'll be giving away a pair on the ESPN Boise Facebook page of tickets there. All right, so the co-main event, card has changed. You're now fighting a new fighter. You're going to face off against Sarah Lagerstrom. What's that been like when it's like, all right, all of a sudden you have a new opponent? What's that like for you?
I mean, it's frustrating. Well, it's frustrating when it's this close to the fight, but it's the fight world. It happens. You can't do anything about it. The important part is we got a replacement, and the show will go on. So I'm excited about it. Like I said, I don't really prepare for the opponent just in case stuff like this do happen. I just kind of focus on myself and keep myself prepared for anything. So, I mean, nothing's changed. The outcome's still going to be the same. So.
I was going to ask, you just said it there, though, but you really don't, is that normal for most MMA fighters? They really don't focus on the particular opponent. You kind of just approach it that, hey, if I do my thing, I'm going to be fine.
Well, I mean, everyone's different.
Okay.
A lot of people study their opponent, but I just never really have been the one to do that. I don't really watch tape on her that much, maybe a couple videos here and there, but after that one time, because if I keep watching it, I'll make myself nervous.
Okay.
So, I just watch it once and see if she's like a southpaw or an orthodox, and then I'll move on and focus on myself. And yeah, but everyone's different,
Now, this is your first fight in Idaho, correct?
Yes.
And you've been trying to sign in with the Front Street Fights. You've been over in Japan?
Yes.
So what's that like fighting, getting ready for your first fight in Idaho compared to Japan?
When I lived in Japan, I mean, I was still kind of an at-home fighter, but I haven't been like the hometown fighter in so long, in like 3 or 4 years, that I'm used to being in a hotel room by now. So I'm kind of like, I was telling Matt earlier too, I was like, it's kind of weird just being able to like wake up in the morning and go pee or something. I don't have to worry.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Like, I don't have to worry about anything when I wake up. So,
Very relaxed, very
Yes.
calm, approaching.
Yeah, you gotta have that empty bladder before you go out.
I don't have to be anywhere, I can just do my own thing. I'm comfortable. It's kind of weird. I was like just saying like, I should probably check myself into the Grove Hotel just so it feels normal, but
Now,
it's fun.
The day, so come Friday, Friday night, as the place starts to pack up, you mentioned you're going to be the home fighter, so have you kind of picture what that's going to be like? You said it's been a couple of years, but that atmosphere to have the crowd there pulling for you.
Yeah, it's going to be different. Nobody ever cheers for me when I fight anymore because I'm always the out-of-town fighter. But so it's going to be different. It's going to be fun. I'm ready to feed off the energy and, put on a good show.
So let's go with your style, and I mean, if you were to beat me up, how would you beat me up?
It's okay. It wouldn't take much for either.
Honestly, you probably just say a few mean things and then I cry in the corner. That's probably how it would go.
I mean, I think I'm well-rounded everywhere. I am not scared to stand with anybody. I'm not scared to go to the ground with anybody. I mean, I'm comfortable everywhere, so.
Is it one of those things that, I mean, what makes, I guess, Front Street Fights, and this is your first fight in Idaho, but what makes this particular promotion and event unique?
Just because it's growing so fast, and we've already had so many fighters from Front Street move on to bigger promotions. My friend Vita, is fighting for Bellator, and we have like Ricky Steele fighting for the RFA, Jesse fighting for WSOF. So Front Street is growing so fast, and the talent is so good, and everybody's just moving on to bigger and better things, and I think Front Street's great. I think it's great.
Do you have a favorite strike or submission, though, that is a go-to for you overall?
No, I don't have like a go-to, but Actually, a lot of my submissions have been armbar, I would say.
Oh, this is good.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because, no, this is really good because during our commercial break, we'll still be on Facebook Live. You are going to put our producer, Sean Peabody, in an armbar. Are you okay with that?
Guess so.
Okay, good. I mean,
She's like, I don't have a problem with it. Now this Peabody.
I want to learn something that I could maybe do just in case we go at it, you know, because sometimes we don't agree on things. Just I need to have something in my back pocket. The other thing I wanted to ask you, and again, Shino Van Hoos with us, co-main event for Front Street Fights 10. Again, it's CenturyLink Arena. Go to CenturyLinkArenaBoise.com for tickets. You can also listen here. We'll be giving away tickets to a couple lucky winners. We've talked to fighters, and I remember for Front Street Fights 9, we were talking to some of the fighters, and just watching. You guys will hit each other, beat each other up, and then right after giving hugs, giving respect, all those things. Now, I don't know if that's the case with everything, but I'm sitting there watching, and I'm amazed, and I'm like, gosh, when I would get in a fight with my friend in 8th grade, I wouldn't talk to him for a week. What is that like, fighting somebody, but then maybe at the end you're like, hey, respect, even though we tried to beat each other up?
I mean, it's our job, you know? We can't hold, and they're our teammates. We're here to make each other better. We're not here to fight against each other, you know? So it's funny because we always joke about how fighters actually punch each other to bond, you know? And then, so like me and Vita, who's like my other, who's my training partner, my main training partner, me and her will have like a really good sparring round, and then we'll be like, man, that was a good punch, or you know, we're like, oh yeah, girl, that was a nice knee, you know, or like we'll always like, and then we'll go get lunch. So
yeah, I'll buy this time.
Yeah, so you know, it's just, I feel like it's our job. We can't, you know, we can't get mad about it. I mean, if you're getting mad at somebody for, you know, hitting you too hard, then you're not training right. I feel like, you know, so I don't know, it's just a part of the job.
What advice would you give if there's somebody out listening and maybe they're younger? You started at a very young age, it sounds like, as well. What advice would you give them in terms of if they're looking to get involved in MMA?
Like if they're young kids?
Mm-hmm.
Just to stay focused and stay dedicated to it. It was really hard for me growing up, you know, because after high school, we were really like serious about fighting, especially around high school time. So, you know, I would have to give up going to homecoming or prom, or, you know, and then the next day at school, everybody's talking about what happened at homecoming, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, you know, so, you know, it is tough, you know, especially if you're serious about it, but, I mean, I'm here now, and it's so worth it, you know, so I just stay dedicated to it, you know. I mean, if you need a day off, take the day off. Like, don't tire your body out, you know. Do it because you like to. Don't have anyone make you do it, you know.
So after the fight Friday night, then hopefully after you win the fight, certainly on Friday night, what you mentioned just taking? I mean, do you just take a week off, or how does that work for you?
Yeah, if I'm not injured or anything, I'll take a few days off. But I mean, I'll start training again the next week. Like, I probably won't spar or anything, you know, do anything too crazy, but I'll probably do like boxing class or, you know, Muay Thai or Jiu-Jitsu or, you know, something.
That's how I
She says, like, no big deal.
You know, I'm like, I turn on Netflix and binge watch a show, like in my sweatpants.
Just to keep me moving.
Yeah.
Casually.
Yeah.
I'll just go box.
No sparring, but jiu-jitsu for sure. Shino Van Hoos with us again. It's the co-main event, Friday night, CenturyLink Arena, a big fight against Sarah Lagerstrom, and we'll be cheering for you. The last thing I always like to ask fighters, what's in the earphones before you go out to the cage?
I haven't picked one yet.
Okay. Do you normally have a song or an artist that you're like, this is my groove?
It changes every time. I've had 9 pro fights and every song has been different.
Wow.
And I'm kind of at that point where I'm over it. I'm just gonna use my old one. But I don't know. I haven't picked anything out yet, but I have to have one by tomorrow. So
Yeah,
I'll let you guys know.
Well, we had was it Holding Out for a Hero? I think.
Yeah, it
that
was.
one time. Yeah.
Yeah, Scott Tomet's last fight walked out for Bonnie Tyler's Holding Out for a Hero.
Yeah.
Holding Out for a Hero.
We need a hero. And I was like, you know what?
Well, it's funny
Mad
because he's like,
respect.
I'm thinking, you know, I was talking to him, like, what song are you thinking about? I can't remember the other one. It's like either this and it was some good, like, heavy rock song. And he goes, or I'm thinking Bonnie Tyler. And I'm like, well, I just chose for you. You're doing Bonnie Tyler.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Shino, we are very excited for you. Thank you so much for coming in studio. And again, we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to give away a pair of tickets to Front Street Fights. And also, you want to give our producer Sean an armbar?
Yeah,
on live
I'm
on
down.
Facebook Live? All
So
right.
yeah, head to Facebook Live.
Yes. Get on your phones, go to Facebook Live. We're going to see our producer get an armbar. by Shino Van Hoos. Thanks so much, Shino.
Thank you.
We're excited again. We will have tickets for you to win coming up next. And yes, Sean Peabody, producer, Armbar, next on Facebook Live on ESPN Boise.
All right.
Dude,
All
do
right.
you know the minute you just said that, we went from 5 viewers to we're up to 13.
All right.
Like it went,
Nice.
the
See,
minute
violence.
you said you was gonna put me in an arm
All right,
bar,
all
it
right.
was like,
Okay. All right, we ready? Yeah,
We'll post it
more
on
people are
Facebook, too, so
joining.
it's
Okay.
out there.
So how do we want to do this?
Yeah.
I think we will. Let me get ready.
Yeah.
And also, okay, so we are going to have our Sean Peabody is going to be put in an arm bar by Shino Van Hoos. Shino, are you excited to do this to our producer?
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm
good.
you gotta go sideways though, because
Okay, we'll go sideways. We will go
It started
sideways.
sideways.
Sean, please don't fight back because we need her.
Yes,
No.
exactly. No fighting
We've already
back.
had
No.
to change this fight once.
No fighting back.
No.
Okay.
Not do it twice.
Yes.
You know, they had to use me because these two guys you would have broke like easily.
Yeah.
So they were like, we need some type of resistance. We got to
Yes.
give you some type of resistance. So
Sometimes
just don't. Yeah, I still need my hands to type.
Yes.
On the ground?
Sure.
Or what?
Yeah. I mean, whatever
Okay,
you're
Yeah, do
comfortable
an
with.
armbar standing
Okay.
up.
All right. So go on the ground. So
On my back.
Yeah.
yeah. All right.
All right.
Even.
This is a small space, though.
All right. So
Yeah, we're
this
not
is
giving
how
her
you
much-
would.
We're not giving her
am
much room to
Am I
work
teaching
here.
you how to do an armbar?
No,
or am I
you just
doing
give him
it?
an arm bar. Break his
Okay.
arm.
Well, you're
That's
gonna
my goal.
be like
Okay,
on
he
your
didn't mean
back.
that literally.
Yes.
Okay.
No, I did not mean that literally.
This is kind of hard.
Or should I go that way?
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe that
Yeah,
way.
yeah.
Okay, ready?
Okay. Here we go.
This is gonna be
You
good.
have
we go.
to tap if it hurts.
Okay. Oh.
Your back. Okay, ready?
Hey,
Yes!
right on the elbow.
Oh, that's wonderful. Great. Now.
More of that. 10 this
Yes,
Friday
Front
night.
Street Fights 10 this Friday night.
With someone
Thank you
that will
so
actually
much.
fight back.
That was
Yeah.
pretty good.
Absolutely. That was pretty good.
That was pretty good.
Are you crying? Are those tears?
No, hell no.
Okay. Oh, it's not crying. He's not crying.
Hell
Front
no.
Street Fights 10 again in about a minute and a half. We'll be giving away tickets.